Gladiators 2024 champions, Gaiming Gladiators! Quinn, my man, I've heard you remark yourself as more of a hard worker than a natural talent. And I can tell that you've been putting in the hours these past few months, trying to return to the glory that was that 2023 run. Do you think that this moment is a representation of all the effort you've been putting in? I'm seeing you go up against these Huskars, these Tinies, these Sand Kings, and not breaking a sweat at all.
Yeah, I think hard work does pay off, and we put a lot of time into boot camp, into this tournament, and the time before that, going from being really bad to being good again. So I'm just glad that we were able to make that rise again.
And it is proof positive with this event. Tofu, I spoke with you just a couple of days ago where you were telling me about the trials and tribulations of maintaining consistency, both within in-game and out of game. You feel like this is now reflecting that the effort was worth it, and everything that you had gone through, the difficulties are making up for the rewards.
We had a lot of difficulties before, and I feel like we've been trying for weeks and months, honestly, and especially this last stretch, we've been putting so much time, effort, and passion into this whole project, and I'm just super proud that it paid off and we could show what we're actually capable of.
And what you're capable of is championships. And for Dyrachyo specifically, not just a championship, but a 3-0, one that you have claimed multiple times in the past. I remember during Kuala Lumpur, you thought it was going to be a 3-0, and yet you were not shaken. Once again, you show up here and you're like, it's going to be a 3-0. Are you just saying it, or do you actually have a read?
I mean, they asked me to say it, but to be honest, like I expect us to play well against Liquid because we have a really nice matchup. We also show it like yesterday, we kind of smacked them, so today it happens again.
Which brings me to Celery. What is it about Liquid? Is it them, or was this just your tournament? It didn't matter who was going to show up in grand finals. You knew you had their number.
Yeah, it didn't matter. We were ready.
It's just that easy.
I had a dream like a week ago we were going to win, so dreams come true sometimes.
And the dream has come true. Ace, any closing thoughts for all of the Gaiming Gladiators fans who have been waiting for your rise and your return to prominence and have been patiently rewarded?
Yeah, like there were some games, there was a lot of other crowd cheering for other teams, but we could always hear some gaming fans out there. So I wanted to thank you all for that. You guys are the best.
And it seems to me that the Gaiming fans are here in full effect. For one last time, please, a round of applause for your champions! And there is one more order of business, Celery. This trophy that you're holding and the key that you have put into it. You've been walking by the totem every single morning, and it's time to immortalize you in esports World Cup history. So shall we? And join me as we make our way over.
An absolute dominating run here in the upper bracket from Gaiming Gladiators. They are your Riyadh Masters 2024 champions. And I think, as we saw the writing on the wall.
I mean, these guys are they're just too good. They're just better. Like they're the ones that are setting the meta of the tournament, like what to do with the auras. And every time a team played them, it just feels like every single time that enemy team, they're just a step behind. They can't match them in the pace. They can't match them in how fast you can move around the map, what items you can do. But it's all these small things with like the team fighting that, to me, is what really sets this team apart. They do all these things that other teams don't, that just allows them to win.
Yeah, and I think when there is a patch where the auras are strong, this is when Gaiming Gladiators is always at the top. No team knows how to play these, not going to say death ball, but these like high tempo, fast early game type of strategies better than them. Like no team can even go to 40 minutes against this team. It's impossible. They just beat you before that. And I think especially for this tournament, it's a bit of a blessing in disguise that earlier they didn't do so well. They just came out this patch swinging with pretty much no data on them, like how good they are right now. And no team has even had any time to figure it out. And Quinn, he gets to immortalize Gaiming Gladiators here.
I'll just say I feel like this tournament, especially the lower bracket, was characterized by teams making uncharacteristic mistakes. And the one team that I can confidently say never did that the entire tournament, or at least the playoffs, was Gaiming Gladiators. Like, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of stakes. Dota's a mental game. How many times have you guys at home or us even just like played bad in a pub or in a tournament match because we're nervous, because we're having a bad day? How do you have a team like that that just never has a bad day? They're having such confidence about the meta, about their strategy, about their identity as a team. We talked about their dynamic as a unit when we interviewed Duracio. He just said, we've been together for so long, we understand each other so well. He just seems so happy with the rest of them. They're all smiley in a game that causes so many of us so much stress when we're thinking about all these moments that they could be in that means so much at each pivotal time. A teammate makes a mistake, you have to lift them up.
Sorry, Brian. I just realized what they're doing.
Oh, are they choosing their three
They have to
keys?
choose.
It has, okay.
It has to be Liquid, right? You gotta, for one more time for the road.
Liquid, Falcons, Bibbidi Bobbidi.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Quinn promised me a bibbidi bobbidi team if they win it all. He promised it. But how much does Quinn have to say here?
Quinn, listen up.
It's Falcons actually, for sure Liquid, just I don't know why.
I think maybe Liquid's key, is it because obviously their key was still alive until just, maybe 10 minutes ago. So maybe it's not there yet because it's still
that's
crushed.
true.
But I would imagine, how arrogant would it be to just not put Liquid? Because, they get them anyway. The only team they dropped a game to in the upper bracket was Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put Falcons. You have to put Falcons. I feel like
they made their choices.
B-Blobs and Falcons, the third one, I don't know.
Are we gonna be able to tell?
We're gonna be. I think we're gonna get some words in just a second. So we're gonna find out. The rest of the keys will all be dropped under the totem. They will all be encased in resin, as you've heard multiple times throughout this Riyadh Masters. This totem will be immortalized on the boulevard, and next year around there's just another totem, and this totem will forever feature Gaiming Gladiators as the champion here of Dota 2. Did we see any names? I couldn't read fast enough.
Quinn, hold them in the camera.
Quinn, please.
Don't drop them, Quinn.
No, it's
Oh, he thought about it. He hears you.
Oh, he might actually hear you.
Probably does.
This is a good point. This is a good point.
Well, I'm waiting for the grand reveal.
We'll find out soon.
We're gonna get that grand reveal with Tsunami.